Opel Diplomat B, 1969–77. In March 1969, Opel introduced a new line of COD models with new bodies and a more sophisticated chassis with a Didion tube rear axle. These cars were slightly smaller than their predecessors. While the lesser models, Opel Captain and Admiral, were also available with a carbureted 2.8 liters inline 6, the Diplomat could be had with either a fuel-injected version of this engine, Diplomat T, or with Chevrolet's 327 V8, Diplomat V8, now coupled to a 3-speed turbo-hydromatic. The new body was a typical General Motors style and bore a strong resemblance to the contemporary Holden Brougham from GM Australia. The Diplomat V8 was hoped to compete with Mercedes' new 350 and 450 From May 1973, Opel even offered a long-wheelbase version of the V8 to keep up with Mercedes' cell models. In October 1971, the Diplomat's list of standard features included H1 halogen headlamps, radio antenna integrated into the windscreen and remote-controlled rear-view mirror. From January 1972, the 4-speed manual gearbox was no longer offered on the Diplomat E. September 1972 saw the introduction of a modified grille with Opel script relocated from its left side to its central portion. A number of the lesser Admiral cars had their car boot lid fitted with Diplomat lettering, badges. This led to some confusion by today's car buyers, even in the TV series Der letzte Bull, German. But the cars are easily identified by their vertical headlights for the Diplomat versus horizontal ones for the Admiral. Opel continued the production until 1977 but found little success in the market. Only 61,559 COD cars were built from March 1969 to late 1977, of which 4,976 Captains, about 33,000 Admirals and about 23,500 Diplomats. They were superseded in 1978 by the new Opel Senator of a somewhat reduced size and more modern, European styling. In the early 1970s, GM considered the use of Opel Diplomat as the basis of forthcoming first-generation Cadillac Seville. However, the precise panel gap tolerance found in Diplomat was beyond what the GM North American manufacturing plants could do without extensive and expensive changes to the sheet metal stamping and welding process. The Diplomat V8 furnished the technical base for the Bitter CD, a limited production GT. The production of the hand-built German car used the full-roof chassis, drivetrain, mechanicals, and even the dashboard of the Opel Diplomat. Bitter's enterprise of providing exotic car looks with Opel innards came to an end in the early 80s, when the Opel Diplomat chassis was no longer available to buy from Opel.